Hi guys, so today I thought I would start a series that I've wanted to do for a wee while. I mean it's only been like a couple of months since I started this channel, but I've wanted to do it for a wee while, and it's called the Things to Know series. And this is the first video, which is about being teetotal. Side note, yes, I am wearing two jumpers. I am really cold today. Okay, so let's get started. So, things to know about being teetotal. Firstly, I am teetotal. I don't drink any alcohol whatsoever, and it is a personal choice. It's not like I've been forced or I've had a bad experience, right? I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like it. So this is just some things that I've found being able to drink but not drinking. So the first thing is, people will always ask you why. Doesn't matter when you're not drinking, or if it's in the afternoon, the morning, like in the evening, late at night, it doesn't matter. People will always want to know, why are you not drinking? And they will always be really concerned, as if you're not drinking is a sign of something deeper going on or in your life, or something really serious that's happened. It's not. I just choose not to drink. I try and not get angry or upset or be annoyed, because it happens all the time. You've got to try and be calm and just be like, oh yeah, just my advice would be just learn to accept it. It's just a thing that people are interested in. But if you really don't want to, you don't have to explain yourself. I just say I just don't drink. A lot of the time people might push you to try and say like, well, why? But it's really up to you whether you want to explain to them or not. If you want to drink, it's entirely your choice. So just remember that. Most people do drink. I've found like one or two others that don't, but it tends to be most people drink. And that's what you're going to find. You're going to find that most people drink and you are unusual. So therefore interesting. I mean, rare and interesting. Try that. The second thing is, you will always be expected to help others. So, for example, from the tiny jokes of like, oh, you'll be a designated driver, to like bigger things of like having people unconscious lying in front of you and having to deal with them. You will always be expected to be that role model of like, I have to go and help people. First thing is, don't feel you have to. If people get themselves into that state, it is their responsibility to sort themselves out. You have no obligation to anybody. However, it is really nice if you do help them. And it's entirely up to you whether you want to or not. Don't be made the designated driver if you don't want to do that. Just do what you like and enjoy, and don't think that, oh, I have to do this because I'm not drinking. No, you don't have to do anything. Just enjoy yourself. However, if you do see people like unconscious on the floor, maybe just roll them into the correct position, like into the recovery position, and leave them there, or like maybe help them out. But don't feel that you have to do anything special. But it is nice if you do care for people around you. That's just a nice thing that you can do. 3, I found that I'm less likely to be invited to events if I don't drink. People just assume that you won't want to go. Oh, they don't drink, they won't want to go. That's not entirely true. I mean, sometimes it is true. Sometimes I'm like, I can't be bothered with drunk people. But most of the time I'm fine, and I would like to go, but you tend not to get invited to as many places if you don't drink. 2 things you can do. One is have your own social events. Just set up your own nights or your own things, or do your own stuff, and just don't expect to be invited to a lot of stuff. So make your own nights out. Secondly, when you are invited, go. And if you go to a lot of social events that you are invited to and you make your own, you'll find that people will start to change their minds, and they'll be like, oh, she does come to events, maybe we should invite her more often. So that's a kind of handy tip of like, you can continue to go to social events, but just be aware that you may not be invited to every single event because you don't drink. It's a bit stupid, but you just have to live with it. Okay, next. You will be accused of being a spoilsport. This is one that happens more often than I'd like to say, where people get really annoyed at you and they say, you're just spoiling everything, you're spoiling the fun, you're no fun. Other people's enjoyment has nothing to do with whether you drink or not, so do not feel pressured into drinking if that's not what you like or what you want to do. I just find that it's better just to ignore those people or stay away from them if they say that you're not no fun. You think, well, okay, don't hang around me then. If I'm no fun, don't be around me. But it is one that comes up quite a lot. You just kind of have to ignore it and hope that it kind of goes away. Next, drunk people aren't fun. I mean, this is a personal one to me. Well, all these are personal, but this is a particularly personal one. Drunk people aren't fun for me. Maybe they're great for you, but they think they're funny. They're not. They think they're geniuses. Also, no. And usually they're in a state to be romantically interested in people that they would never normally be romantically interested in. Yeah. You see a lot of stuff, but I don't enjoy it. So I usually leave after like a couple of hours, because by then people have they've done their pre-drinking and then they've done their party drinking, and at the stage where they're getting like really not fun. So I just tend to leave at that point. Because you don't have to stay for the whole event. Or stuff is going on. For example, when we go on like people go on pub crawls, I usually leave after the third hour, because you're supposed to move on every hour. I usually leave after the third hour because people have usually pre-drink and then they've had their third drink and they're starting to get a bit kind of rowdy and a bit annoying and pushy. So I just sort of leave at that point. But that's okay. Like I enjoy the first couple of hours of being with my friends and hanging out and having fun, and then I just leave and nobody cares. That's the thing. When you find real friends, they don't care. Like none of my friends at university care that I don't drink. They're just like, that's cool, that's Catherine leaving, okay, bye. They really don't mind, and I think that's a thing to think. If someone's pressuring you, they're obviously either not that good a friend or they don't understand why or what's going on. So you just have to be careful about who you surround yourself with and who you're friends with and stuff like that. Just because you don't want to be pressured into doing something you don't want to do. Next, okay, people. This is one that happens all the time. People will try and get you to drink. They won't understand why you're not drinking, or you won't explain it. You'll say, oh, I don't drink. And they'll just not get this into their heads. So usually because they're drinking, and they'll try and pressure you. So either it's them being nice and being like, oh, we want you to have fun, we want you to feel that you're safe, that you can have a drink. So they're just trying to be nice and like get you involved. That's fine. I'm just like, no, I just don't drink ever. Or the other ones you have to watch out for are the people who are being nasty, and they are either pressuring you or in some really horrible cases spiking your drink. If you don't drink, you don't build up an immunity to it. People who do drink drink to extremes tend to build up an immunity to it, so they won't get drunk as fast. If you haven't got that immunity, if you don't drink, then if someone spikes your drink with alcohol, you're going to be much more susceptible to the effects of it. And so you have to be super careful if you don't drink of people who will think it's funny to try and get you drunk or pressure you or even spike your drink to make you drink alcohol. So you just have to be super careful. You just have to be really firm and be like, no, that's not a thing I do. But again, real friends won't make you do that. Oh, this one. You will know everyone's secrets. Even if you don't want to, you will know everyone's secrets. Yeah. People tell you things, you see things. But also people will just come up to you and be like, hey, do you know this thing? And I didn't want to know that thing. I was never interested in that thing. But now I know. I tend to just kind of forget anything that I'm told that I know I'm not supposed to know, or that they would find that the person would find awkward or embarrassing in the morning. Because it's usually drinking usually happens at night. That's just a thing. So I tend to, like, the next time I meet them, just pretend that it didn't happen. People might try and avoid you because they're embarrassed by what they said, or they might not even remember that they said it. So you just have to kind of continue acting normally towards. I continue acting normally towards them. You don't have to do anything, and try and forget that it happened. People were under the influence when they told you, and yet it's their responsibility to kind of keep track of their own limits. But people make mistakes, and I think if people told me that and they wouldn't want it repeated or to hear it again, I just forget that it existed, that they ever told me, and that it ever happened. That's what I try and do. Okay, the penultimate thing. You will be richer than most of your friends. This is one of the positives. You will actually have some money. Now, not everybody drinks to excess, and it's fine if people want to spend their money on alcohol. They can do that, but alcohol is expensive, and if you're drinking up like every weekend, that's going to build up and be a lot of money. And so because I don't drink, I can afford to spend my money on other things. So that's nice. It's a nice upshot of all of this, that I am slightly richer than all of my really poor student friends. And finally, people might try and accommodate you. They might try and be lovely and be like, oh, if you're not drinking, I won't drink. Or sometimes they'll do it to me. Sometimes they'll say that to make you feel awkward, but it's your choice. You don't. Sometimes people will say that to make you feel awkward, but it's your choice. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. And as long as you're not being nasty about it, about your not drinking, or accusing anyone else, or forcing anyone else to not drink, then it's really your own personal thing. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. I certainly don't. And but people will try and be nice and be like, oh, if you're not drinking, I'm not drinking. A note to all people who do drink: please don't ever say that. Please don't be like, oh, if you're not drinking, I won't drink. Because personally, it makes me feel really awkward, and like I should be drinking, or really bad, or like I'm holding you back, and I'm like, no, you drink, it's cool. Like, I don't mind other people drinking, I just don't want to drink myself. And so that's one of the things that kind of like that annoys me, is when people are trying to be nice and they're like, oh, I won't drink if you're not drinking. Like, don't be nice, just go ahead, do your own thing. Obviously do be nice, but like don't hold back because of me, because that makes me feel really bad. So that is all my points about what it's like to be teetotal. It's an interesting experience. It's good in some accounts, bad in others, but it's a personal choice, and the choice I've chosen to make. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave some of you confidence to stick up for what you believe in, and I hope it didn't discourage anybody from drinking, because, you know, personal choices, do what you like. And you can see my latest video by clicking down here, subscribe over here, and I will see you guys later. Bye!